So when you talk consistency, do you mean that they have to post every day? Do they have certain platforms?
You got to pick one platform. You are not an influencer. People who had 3, 4, 5 times the following as me, but I was making more money. And it's because you are not an influencer. You're not paying for brand deals. What you need is high quality customers and a place to connect with them. Get out of your head that you need to be on every single freaking platform. So number one, find out where your customers are, and that's the only platform you care about.
You've been in this for a little bit, but how did you scale this thing? It gets overwhelming, doesn't it?
We manage lots and lots of clients' accounts. So it comes down to systems. And I know business owners hear about this all the time, but it really does. It's the only way to scale.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Van Ornum, and you're back at the Scaling Up Success podcast. Today, I got a great person here. We have Lindsey Anderson. Man, she has so many different things going on, and I can't wait to dig into, just everything that she has, her hands in. Lindsey, thank you for being on the podcast today.
Ryan, so excited to be on. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, let's just jump into it. Tell us a little bit about what you do, because you got so many different angles that you're working.
Yeah, my main bread and butter, and the one that I love most of all, is my social media agency, where we create high quality content for service providers. And so social media is it can be such a problem for so many people, but it's something that I was on Facebook when it first came out 20 years ago. I've ran this agency for 20 years. So that's my main bread and butter. I'm real passionate about that. Secondarily, I was recently on Netflix on a reality show. So that might be something fun about me as well. So a little bit of both of those is kind of how I roll there, Ryan.
Man, that's super cool though. I mean, it's so interesting how industry has changed in the last decade, because technology is taking our society in so many different facets that maybe we wouldn't even seen a decade or two ago. And I mean, your business is thriving in that sector, and it's super cool to be able to see, I kind of related back to around the turn of the century, the mode of communication was the printing press. And you look now, how quickly modes of communication are changing. It's fascinating. And to be able to build out a social media platform like that to help businesses grow, man, that's phenomenal. So tell us a little bit more, go into a little bit more detail about how you achieve that.
Yeah, and you speak about AI. I'm obsessed, Ryan. This weekend, it's Saturday of all days, and I pay for ChatGPT, and I still hit my max because I'm talking to it too much. I think my husband's gonna turn me in, hey, she has a problem, because I love it. It's a more organized version of me. I can bounce ideas off of that, but it really allows us, check this out, because of AI and how much I know about social media and how to really target that. The number one problem business owners have, Ryan, on social is remaining consistent on social media. And it only works with consistency. If you post in ebbs and fits and when you feel like it, you'll be like, social media does not work. If you come up with a way to post consistently, talking to that one true client of yours, it's an untapped gold mine. You can meet anybody that you want to. Ryan and I met through social media. You can meet anyone. I'm meeting NFL players. I'm meeting people who've been on Forbes, and they talk to you because you acknowledge them as real people on social. So I get real passionate about it because I love it so much. And ironically, I wouldn't even be on social media if it wasn't my job. I'm not personally super invested in it, but because of AI, we're able to take that burden off of companies. And what we do is I will interview a business owner for an hour a month, and we are able to create 30 high quality posts talking to that one true client in a very efficient way, because I know marketing, I know how to get them to talk, and it allows them to post this consistent content, and they get amazing results. And it's because of AI, because I'm able to utilize AI and get what I need.
So when you talk consistency, it's, I know a little bit about this stuff, and you are the guru, you're the expert, but with consistency, is that, because I'll play devil's advocate a little bit. Do you mean that they have to post every day, or is it a certain voice or a tonality? Do they have certain platforms? Like like think of me as like the small business owner that doesn't know how to utilize,
Yeah. I got
social
the answer
media.
for you, Ryan. I
Yeah.
love devil's advocate. Like I got my fists up here,
Right.
okay?
Right.
So, number one, this is what you guys need to know. You got to pick one platform. You are not an influencer, okay? When I was on Netflix, I was surrounded by influencers, people who had 3, 4, 5 times the following as me, but I was making more money than they were, like hand over fist. And it's because you are not an influencer. You're not paying for brand deals. What you need is high quality customers and a place to connect with them. So get out of your head that you need to be on every single freaking platform, because then you're just spreading out all the people that you need to see in your community. So number one, find out where your customers are, and like that's the only platform you care about. So whether that be LinkedIn, which is up and coming for B2B, it's like so legit, Instagram, those sort of things. Pick one, because it's not about the content on the platform. That's frosting. What really driving business from social media is reaching out to people, getting to know people, building a community, which means as I'm scrolling through my feed, I'm supporting people too. And then they're like, oh, who's Lindsey? And then we get to know each other. And so you pick one and only one place. So that's to answer that question. And then just your other question, and you're probably going to throw something at me, which is how often do we need to post? Okay.
Yeah.
My answer is 5 days a week.
Okay. Okay. That's very helpful for this audience because a lot of times, small business owners, it's overwhelming. How do I even
Yeah.
get started?
And you
And
guys
it's
aren't pros
fascinating.
at social media. You guys don't care about what a good camera looks like. You have other problems, you
Right.
know?
Right. And light, does lighting affect it? Like there's
Yes.
so many
You
different,
got to be a pro on this thing.
right.
Otherwise, they're going to be like, they're not a pro.
Yeah. Do the captions, like all of this stuff. It's incredible. I guess whether you call it minutia or the details, how it changes the way that people look at your product.
Yeah, you have to be very aware of that. And it is detailed. And the reason why it's so freaking detailed is because it's so competitive, right? Even my kids, all three of my kids want to be on freaking YouTube, which is wild. So, like, everybody's on. So, you have to compete. So, then you have to get into the details, which means you can't be like a social media expert and run your business. I'm sorry. Like, if you want it to be a real life lead source, somebody who knows more than you and can like walk you through it. Like otherwise it's going to take you the 20 years it took me to figure it out.
And each platform has a different algorithm.
It's crazy.
Because
Yeah. It's all
like you were
different.
talking about, LinkedIn is on the come up again because it's business to business connections, but if you look at like TikTok, it is all 60-second high energy, that may not be a good fit for business to business. It may be better fit for someone who has a e-commerce type of thing, something like that. So
Yeah, I mean, I have insurance agents and those sort of things doing stuff on TikTok and get like leads. I think the real key is, as you said, understanding the platform, but making sure that, hey, I'm not just making content and then hoping that people will throw their money at me.
right.
It will not happen. You need
Right.
like a conversion event and a sales system if you're real serious about it.
What I mean, I guess you're talking funnels and everything behind the scenes, right?
I mean, funnels, I'm with today's day and age, with as many AI bots and those sort of things, like gone are the funnels of just sending to a fancy
Right,
landing page and all this.
right.
Like it has to be more intimate, it has to be more personal, but also you have to be able to do that within your business in a system so that you're not trying to come up with something new all the time and having to recreate the wheel. And you also have to save time. So it has to be systemized intimacy, is what we have to go for here.
And automated, so you don't have to touch it.
That's right. Or at least part of it.
Right,
Like a big part of it. Yeah.
right.
But I mean, I would recommend always a live component, because is that a video? Is that like an AI bot on a video, or is that like a real person? And so we have found that the big shift starting in the end of 24 was that you got to have some sort of live component. So I always recommend a live masterclass that you give on rinse and repeat. Mine's called an invite only event. This is what I teach. Invite only event, all those high quality connections, you invite them to a Zoom masterclass that you give on rinse and repeat. And that's how you can really like transfer those social media interests into real customers.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is a $99 conversation right there. That's a $4.99 conversation right there. That's
Yeah.
a $900 conversation right there, guys. It doesn't matter who it is. She's speaking the truth, and it's amazing to just, see the passion that's coming from Lindsay. So appreciate you sharing so much of that stuff. How did you how did you be were able to take this? I mean, you've been in this for a little bit, but how did you scale this thing? Because I mean, it gets overwhelming, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we manage lots and lots of clients' accounts and all these sort of things, and it comes down to systems. And I know business owners hear about this all the time, but it really does. Those repetitive tasks that you get down to the minutia of it that you can sign off to somebody else, it's the only way to scale.
And the thing is that I've found with that as well is like understanding that you don't have to be good at everything. You just have to be good at hiring the right person that's good at that role. And then giving the responsibility and leveraging that person to take your business to another level. You have to be able to let go a little bit.
Yeah, and my experience, and Ryan, I don't know what it's like for you. I'd love to hear, which is like I kind of feel like in my experience, there's two kinds of people. You got your leaders who are, I want to speak and I just want to share and I have so much to say, and they don't have like this systematic, what does that look like? One, two, three, four, five, teeny tiny steps. Like for me, it was dizzying until I hired someone and she taught me how to think that way. But I had to like learn how to think systematically, and it was painful, but I feel like people are born in one of those two ways. What do you see?
I'm very similar to that. I'm a doer. I just go out and just like
Yeah.
take massive action, but I leave a wake of like little minutia behind me that people have to clean up. And what I found is until I got to having people that are so detail oriented to be able to pick up the pieces and understand the what we call an SOP, a standing operating procedure, KPIs to be able to track those things, it really changed like my business operations after that. Like a lot of small business owners, they feel like they're doing everything they can, but what they're doing is leaving business on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, and like all like the new ideas are going to kill you every time. Like you need somebody who's like, no, this is the plan. We're like sticking with the plan for like 6 months and getting the information we need instead of your new latest greatest idea because now you're like sick of the old one. That's also another quality that's not serving a lot of business owners because that entrepreneurial spirit pushes us that way, but it really ends up because we hate the boring, we hate the systems, we hate the details, we hate being bogged down, but it's keeping you stuck.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love it. One thing, I mean, in your industry, it is changing, whether it's the algorithms, whether it's the technology. How do you stay ahead of these things? How do you keep, I mean, it could be, like you said, you're waking up on the weekends, you're doing research yourself, you're talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is upgrading every couple of months. How do you stay ahead of these trends so you can continue to be the best business partner with your clients that you are?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm really niched down. So like I help people who want to build and make money from like a personality brand. Like you want to be making those talking head videos and driving leads that way. That is my personality. I was just on a call with like a restaurant. I'm like, I can't help you. Like that's not my thing. So I'm obsessed with it. It's also what I do for my personal brand. So like what I do for myself also helps my customers. And like I'm able to test a bunch of stuff on myself and then pass it on to my customers. And the fact that I'm just like I eat digital marketing for breakfast. I always have. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I have the tech skills to like implement all the stuff and test it all out. I have the team. So it's my interest in, I mean, you've seen my passion here. So
Absolutely. It's oozing out of every one of your pores. It's amazing. I love it. One of the things that like because I'm very passionate too, and I struggle with this is this like I call it like a pendulum swing of work-life balance. How do you deal with that? Like because like when you're so vested, it's difficult to like I have to carve out time for my family first and then be able to you know really soak in those moments and during the time that I have because I know my pendulum's going to swing back and forth. How do you
Yeah,
handle
I
it?
like the way that you worded that. That's really fantastic. Now, I was lucky enough to have to run into that problem early on because my husband worked for me. My husband works for me, and he is not an entrepreneur at all. Like this kind of energy does not jive with him. And so us leaving, leaving the office at 5, like he was not interested in talking more about it. So I learned that for the sanctity of my marriage, I had to create real firm boundaries. And that has paid off since we've had 3 children. And then for me right now, it's do I do I want to obsessively be in my office testing some new digital marketing strategy? Yeah, like that is fun to me, right? But like, why am I doing it? It's for my kids and my freedom. So with my kids. And so me, it's just clear boundaries and like time blocking. Like there will always be stuff to do. Always. So
Absolutely.
today's the like it ends at 4 and then my brain is going to shut off and I will be present with my children. So to me, it had to be like a physical choice.
I love that. I love that. And I do the same thing. I'm Uber dad. I drive my kids around to school every day. That is their time, like, and then we have after school and their activities and everything. But, time blocking is super important for all of that. I agree. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this question. I keep up with some of the trends because, as business owners, you kind of have to understand a little bit about it. Like I don't I let my team handle the very detailed pieces of it, but like the way that, like, I guess algorithms are changing. It used to be that it was like follower count. Like if the larger follower count, the more that your videos would get seen. Now, what I've been hearing, like through like YouTube and TikTok and some other platforms, are slightly changing that. LinkedIn, not so much. They're still more on the 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 follower count, but it's more on the topic, and it's pushed towards different what each person is looking for. Can you talk to a little bit about how those algorithms are changing a little bit over the last couple of years?
Yeah, so I call that the TikTok effect because we all know you go into TikTok and it's like, how does this thing know how I'm feeling today? Like I'm depressed today and I get the depressed ones, and I'm happy today and and it's even by the minute, right? Like it will
Right.
change on the day. So because it's a computer program and he's picking up on however you're pausing or whatever, so all of the other social media platforms are picking up on that because that's how they keep you on there. You're addicted to the dopamine hits. And so what does that mean for business owners? Well, vanity metrics were never like gonna serve you anyway. Okay. So you just need to focus on quality over quantity. But to Ryan's point, yeah, it doesn't matter how many view it. The fact is it's almost by the day. When that business owner has said something to their spouse about, I need more sales, then things are listening. Okay, maybe it's not quite like that clear, but like then you're gonna get the TikTok or the LinkedIn about you need more sales, and it's more about in the moment. So you again have to throw out the vanity metrics and know that those 1,000 people, I know it's not 10,000, but those 1,000 people are like the people feeling it right now, and just that's where it's going.
That's truly powerful. And it's like it could be, and what I've seen too is you could have the same video, say on LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok, and it could just absolutely crush on LinkedIn and fall flat on its face in TikTok.
Yep,
It,
absolutely.
it's fascinating, and I love seeing, you know, it's getting definitely more personalized to, like you said, to even down to the hour, depending on what you're doing. It's pretty fascinating to me. If somebody is starting their journey into the entrepreneurial side of business, what advice would you give them right now?
Yeah, is certainly if you're serious, like make a choice if you're going to be serious about it. So are you going to be like a hobbyist, which is great, and you can do that on the side, fantastic. Or are you really like going to make a run for this? Because business, like it is a game. And so you got to learn the rules and be willing to go with the rules. And it's going to take some work to actually get the payoff. Our moms always said, you don't get something for nothing. And like, there is no $1 million dream. There is no easy way to make money this way. You got to put in the work and it will benefit you, or you can just kind of like dabble. So just know that find somebody who can help you. You will not figure out the marketing and the sales and the systems and all of the things. You will never figure all of that out. I'm sorry, you just won't.
I've always subscribed to the thought process of if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others.
I love it, Ryan. I love it.
Oh man, I wish we could talk forever because like I love your passion about what you do. And you know, I this has gone by so quickly and but thank you for your time. And how can people get a hold of you? Because people need you and your services. How can they reach you?
Yeah, all you need to do is head over to lindsaya.com, lindsey.com. I'm always giving a free masterclass. I'm always giving out way more details here. So just go there and sign up for my upcoming masterclass.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Lindsey. Really appreciate you being on Scaling Up Success podcast today. And if there's anything else, I'm pushing all the people to you. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, enjoy.